Hi everyone, how are you all doing? For those who are here for the first time, hello, thank you for being here. My name is Natalie. I am a tropical Western astrologer. I use a whole sign house system to do all my readings and forecasts. And I hope that if you enjoy what I do and share on this channel, you can consider subscribe and share with your friends, as this is a way to support me. And feel free to connect with me, commenting, sharing, liking, subscribing. Definitely help this community grow. And this is my hopes and dream to create a community where we can share astrology knowledge, forecasts with everyone to help us move through all these energy together as we are living and breathing it. So in this video, we are talking about July 7 to July 13 of 2025. This week is one of the biggest week of 2025, as most of us might know, because on July 7/7/7, Uranus is going to leave Taurus and enter Gemini. This is a big transit that will move through the next 8 years together with Uranus in Gemini, and I will do a separate video to talk about it. I will have this video recorded and upload hopefully sometime this week. So because I'm sure many of you might have watched other astrologers' video or messages already about this transit. This is one of the outer planet, our collective generational planet, that is moving into a sign that is very different from Taurus, that Uranus has been spending the past 7 years over there. And yeah, we'll definitely talk more about it, and I definitely want all of us to know how to work with this energy, because we'll be working with this energy for the next 8 years. So it's important, and I promise to have this up sometime this week, probably later this week. So watch out for that video drop. But we'll talk about a couple of things that is also very important this week that is happening. So first, we will have our full moon in Capricorn on July 10th or 11th, depending where you are in the world. So this Capricorn full moon will be happening in Hong Kong time, 4:36 a.m. on July 11th, or July the 10th, 1:36 p.m. Pacific time. So adjust the time according to where you are in the world. The moon will be at 80 degrees 15 minutes in the sign of Capricorn, and the sun will be in 80 degrees 15 minutes in the sign of Cancer. The full moon always happens when the sun is at one sign and the moon is right across 180 degrees opposite of the sun. That is when they form a full moon. So you can think back to December 31st. December 31st, 2024, about 6 months ago, that was when we had the new moon in Capricorn. Perhaps some of us, if you have set any intentions or plan any seeds during that time, take a look and see how they are right now, because now 6 months later we reach to the full moon of Capricorn. Perhaps some of the seeds you planned, the intention that you set, things that you initiate around that time might have come to fruition or might have some turning point. This full moon might illuminate some important message, breakthrough, or results for you. So take a look and see what that might mean for you. And full moons in general that happened because the moon is the closest body around the earth, so we feel the energy the most. And the moon, with the gravitational pull, depending on which phase of the moon it is, it will pull the ocean on the earth as well. And full moon is when the moon will have that gravitational pull of the ocean from the earth, and we are 75% water. That is why so many of us feel so in tune with the moon. full moon, new moon, or when they are in some particular signs, we might feel ourselves feeling different ways. And usually full moons are more emotional because of that gravitational pulls of the ocean, because water also contain and store our memories and emotion. This is when we feel the most, and we're in Cancer season, a cardinal water sign, so we will definitely feel more emotional around this time, especially if you have any planets or point close to 18 degrees in cardinal sign, or if you have any if you are a Cancer or Capricorn sun moon rising, you probably will feel this more, or the other two cardinal sign might feel it a bit more as well, which is Aries and Libra. So yeah, see if that sync with you, because some of us will feel extra emotional around the full moon time. So also because of that, take care of yourself. Make sure you prioritize rest if possible. Allow yourself to feel those emotion that wants to come up and acknowledge them, because this is how you move through them and release them and let them go, especially around full moon time. And because we are in Cancer season, themes surrounding Cancer might come up. So during this Capricorn full moon, maybe your childhood, your family memories, experience, wounds might come up. Maybe childhood trauma, family trauma, generational wounds might surface up, and maybe some past experience or traumas might come up as well, because Cancer also associate with feeling the nostalgic, connecting with the past and feeling all those emotions from the past as well. And it's a water sign, like I said, water, full moon, they all talks about emotions. Maybe you might feeling nostalgic, maybe there's some lingering regret, resentment towards whatever I've just talked about, your childhood, your family experience, or your recent past perhaps, right? That way, that might bring up some emotions and feelings that can feel really big for some of us. So allow yourself to also remember to allow yourself to feel it, right? Not bypassing it, but also give yourself grace. So many of us, especially, we are so in tune and ingrained with this capitalistical culture. We sometimes forget how to feel, and we forget how to give ourselves that grace and ease to also allow ourselves to feel all those emotions. So allow yourself to feel. If we don't feel them, we cannot move through them, process them, and we cannot let go and release them. So the only way to heal is through, not bypassing or avoiding. So yes, this might not be the most comfortable thing to do, but this is the way that will eventually bring you ease and bring you perhaps some acknowledgement, or allow yourself to heal, or to grow, to allow you to know that you have the knowledge and wisdom from those, you graduate from those, and now you can share with the world, right? On the other hand, the moon is in Capricorn. Capricorn is a bit more stoic because it's ruled by Saturn, right? So it's more stoic, it's more realistic, it's more logical, it's less emotional because they contain the emotions, right? So imagine Cancer is the water, is the moving river or stream or a lake of water. And then Capricorn is that container, right? To contain the water, to not let it flow so freely. So there might be this push and pull energy because this is a Capricorn full moon ruled by Saturn. And Saturn right now is stationing, meaning it's like not really moving, it's on a standstill, because Saturn is about to station retrograde very soon, in a couple of days, which we'll talk about in just a second. So right now, Saturn is in Aries and is preparing for its retrograde journey. So whenever a planet is at station, it's the most potent because it's like that energy is just like there, containing. And then there's also this turnaround, flipping element there. So but right now that Saturn at station is also making a trine with Virgo, so that is also actually a supportive, helpful energy if we choose to work with it. This trine between Mars in Virgo and Saturn in Aries can really help us to plan and organize, to take little action. Remember, Mars in Virgo doesn't want to take a whole chunk of thing and just like move through it in one go. It wants to make sure that you plan, you organize, you have a tangible plan, you break it down into 10 little steps so that you can actually manage yourself to actually do it and take the action. So this full moon is actually a great time, or perhaps the full moon might illuminate something to you that you need to attend to, that you need to do, that you need to plan and organize and actually take action. And how can you do it? By taking tiny, small, tangible steps. Allow yourself to take step-by-step action towards your goal, the project that you need to do, the home project, because Cancer talks about home. Maybe this summer home project or cleanup project, organizing your shelf thing that you need to do. So this is a great time to do that as well. So this is the energy of the full moon in Capricorn. I hope that while it can bring up a lot of emotions or something in the past for you to feel, to move through, it will also allow you to give yourself a moment, to give yourself some grace, to pat yourself on the shoulder that you did it. You are moving through it. Allow that Mars, Saturn trying to help you take tangible little steps to move through whatever big feelings or emotions that might be coming up for you, and know that you are not alone. We are feeling all these energy together. Some might feel it more than the other, and I am always here to support you, to help you to move through, to remind you that you're not alone. So I am sending you all so much full moon blessings and love. And now let's talk about the stationing of Saturn retrograde. So it will happen on July 12 or 13, depending where you are in the world. So Saturn is going to station retrograde at 1 degree 56 minutes in the sign of Aries, July 13, 12:07 p.m. Hong Kong time, or July 12, 9:07 p.m. Pacific time. Again, adjust the time according to where you are in the world. Saturn will then retrograde back into the sign of Pisces one last time, and it will happen on September 1st. And on November 27 or 28, depending where you are in the world, Saturn will then station direct at 25 degrees 9 minutes in Pisces and re-enter Aries next year, 2026, at February 13, 14, depending where you are in the world. And this time, Saturn will just continue to travel through the sign of Aries without dipping back into Pisces. So between September 1st and February 13, we will be going, Saturn will be back in Pisces, tying some loose ends, finishing up this Saturn and Pisces journey for all of us individually and as a collective. So you can think back to the time that when we have Saturn in Pisces, that was March 2023 until recently May 2025. What has changed over the past almost 2-ish years, right? While we have Saturn in Pisces. For people that have Saturn in Pisces, you are almost done with your Saturn return, whether it's the first or the second one. So this lasts a little bit of Saturn in Pisces. The next 5.5 months that we'll have Saturn in Pisces is a great time to reflect on what happened the past couple of years while Saturn is in Pisces, right? For all of us, perhaps our Pisces house, what are the themes and stories of that Pisces house? What area of your life is that about? Maybe for perhaps the past couple of years, some kind of structure, belief system, pattern, especially if those that relate to what we believe in, right? And our religion, or the system structure that used to support us, or our spiritual self, our spirituality, our connection with the spiritual world, different modalities, how have they changed? How have perhaps they crumble and collapse that you have to rebuild? Maybe you were believing one thing, but perhaps whatever happened the past couple of years, it really shaped and reshaped the way you think about that particular religion or that belief system pattern or that structure that used to support you, right? That you believe in. Or maybe perhaps this is something that you inherit, that was taught by other people, your family, some elder or whatever. But now the past couple of years, maybe perhaps is because of whatever you move through individually or whatever happened on a collective level that really invited you to rethink, restructure, what does it mean? What is true to you right now, right? And perhaps this next 5.5 months when Saturn dipped back into Pisces is when you kind of really reflect on that journey, and perhaps there's still some things that you're working through, that you're moving through, that perhaps you need to let go, release, or have a final look before Saturn leaves Pisces. So everyone might feel it differently. So check and see what that might mean for you. If I remember, I will link the Saturn and Pisces video in the description box. You can check it out because in that video I break down the all signs reading as well. You can check your rising sign message to see what themes and areas of your life was the past couple of years about with Saturn and Pisces, and see how that kind of change or shift for you. So yeah, I will remember to link that for all of us. And we did have a little bit, a tiny taste of Saturn and Aries, because Saturn entered Aries May 25th. So we only have like a month and a half of the Saturn and Aries energy. So perhaps many of us still don't really know what this transit might mean for us, except if you do have Saturn and Aries, you know, you are going through your Saturn return, you might be feeling it already, especially if you have Saturn and Aries in like 0, 1, 2 degrees, you're definitely feeling it, right? Because that is where Saturn is. And if you have any planets or point that's aspecting 0, 1, 2 degree in Aries, you probably might feel it too. So yeah, see what that might mean for you. That's like a little tiny taste, but now we're gonna retrograde back, and next year you're gonna get the full taste of what Saturn and Aries might mean for you. But speaking of that, one, in my own opinion, I think collectively the biggest highlight from this Saturn and Aries transit is, I hope I am pronouncing his name right, if not I am so sorry, is Zoran Mamdani. He won the primary of the New York mayor election, and I think that was really a reflection of what Saturn and Aries can be for all of us. We are definitely seeing that, because Saturn and Aries talks about the rising and falling of leadership, and sometimes it talks about how the OG ones, right? The one that's been there for a long time, Saturn, right? The typical, the usual one that we expect when we think about world leaders or the higher up, the politicians, right? They might face challenges. They might face a moment of being humble, or even some of them might even fall from grace, you know. They might really face some kind of obstacle and challenge when it comes to their leadership, right? And at the same time, there might be a bunch of new ones that are rising up, and those new waves might be the Aries energy people, which is younger, maybe very unexpected. They have very different way of approach. They have a different type of leadership skills, or what they stand up for might be very new and very unexpected and very different from the the old ones or the existing ones, right? And we definitely see that with him. So I don't know, Saturn is not an outer planet. It's the last planet in the traditional solar system. So but it often has that energy of talking about leadership around the world. During the station is when it's most powerful. So I feel like this week, next week, even the week before, I mean, yeah, these couple of weeks around this stationing, we might see some big news, right? We already been seeing some, so let's pay attention and see what happens. But that is all about this week. There's 2 major news, and of course Uranus entered Gemini. That is one of the biggest major transit in 2025 that I'm sure all of you watching this video probably do know already, right? Many all astrologers are like have been talking about it, and will be talking about it even more, because we'll spend the next 7-ish 8 years with Uranus in Gemini, and we will definitely continue to talk about it. But in the meanwhile, I am sending you so much love. Thank you so much for being here. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for subscribing, watching this video, commenting, sharing, and being here. It means the world to me. Your support, this is what really drives me and motivates me to continue to do that. And I hope that I can continue to connect with you all. I hope to do more and share more with you all as well. So please feel free to send me an email, connect with me, follow me on Instagram. You can also comment and share, DM me over there, connect with me there. So yes, this is all I think I have to say right now. And of course, if you are interested, I do offer all kinds of astrology consultation, tarot and akashic records reading. I do distant Reiki energy healing sessions as well. So feel free to drop me an email. My information are in the description box below. In the meantime, take care. And I'm sending you so much love. See you on the next video. Bye.